did it. You worked your tail off for years. You delivered. You crushed your goals. And you finally got the promotion. That shiny new leadership title is yours. You are expecting to feel on the top of the world. But instead, you feel like you are completely in over your head. If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. That's exactly what happened to me. I went from being the top performer in my team to being on the fast track to getting on the verge of being fired. Just a few months after moving up. Suddenly, everything that made me successful felt totally useless. My old playbook was worthless and I was failing. This story is way more common than you would think. Research from firms like CB Global shows that a staggering 60% of new managers fell within the first 2 years. Why? Because we get promoted for being great at our job, not for being great at leading other people doing the job. We are given a new role with a whole new set of rules, usually with zero training. Just when I thought my career was about to implode, I realized success as a manager wasn't about working harder. It was about working different. The very habits that got me promoted were now sinking my ship. In this video, I'm going to share the new rules I learned to survive, climb the ladder, and pivot. And the first one was by far the hardest pill to swallow. So, rule number one, stop being the hero. The biggest trap I fell into was trying to be the hero. As an individual contributor, my value came from my expertise. I was the person who could fix the messed up project or solve the impossible problem. My whole identity at work was built on having the answers. So when I became a manager, I just kept on doing it. Anytime a problem popped up, I would dive in head fast. I told myself I was just being helpful or efficient. It's just faster if I do it myself, right? Wrong. What I was actually doing was creating a team of people who couldn't function without me. And I was burning myself out trying to do two jobs at once. I was a bottleneck in a business casual shirt. Here's the brutal truth. The skills that make you a star player can make you a terrible coach. Leadership isn't about having all the answers. It's about building a team that can find the answers on their own. You have to fight every instinct to grab the ball. Your job now is to develop your players. This means your success is no longer measured by your individual heroics. It's measured by your ability to make your team the heroes. You have to trade the quick hit of solving the problem yourself for the much bigger reward of watching your team succeed without you. Rule number two, your friendships have to change. All right, so let's talk about the rule nobody wants to talk about. The one that can torpedo your career before you even know you are taking on water. The moment you get promoted over your peers, the dynamic changes instantly. Those casual chats, the venting about upper management, the easy back and forth, it's just different. I tried to pretend it wasn't. I wanted to be the cool manager. I would listen to the gossip, downplay my new authority, and act like nothing has changed. It was a total disaster. It created confusion and it completely undermined me when I had to make a tough call or give critical feedback. It felt less like I was leading and more like I was betraying a friend. You can't be their buddy anymore. You can be friendly, supportive, and kind, but you cannot be their friend in the same way. Your responsibility has shifted. You now have to be impartial, objective, and fair to everyone, and that's impossible if you are trying to preserve old friendships. Setting clear, new boundaries isn't arrogant. It's an act of respect for your new role and for your team. They need a leader they can depend on, not a friend who is afraid to lead. Acknowledge the shifts and then build a new dynamic on a foundation of professional trust and respect. Look, making this identity shift from peer to boss is one of the trickiest things you would do in your career. To help you out, I have put together a free New Leaders First 90 Days checklist. It walks you through the key mindset shifts you need to make right from the start. The link is in the description. Rule number 3, your value is no longer your output. As a top performer, my to-do list was my Bible. My entire sense of accomplishment came from tangible things. I wrote the papers, I closed the deals, I fixed the issues. My output was my worth. The day I became a manager, my to-do list looked completely different. It was suddenly full of one-on-ones, team meetings, and strategy sessions. At 5 p.m., I would look back at my day and think, what did I actually do? I hadn't made a single thing. I felt useless. And I was paranoid my own boss thought I was also useless. This is the core identity crisis every new manager faces. You have to completely redefine what productive means. Your value is no longer your personal output. Your value is your team's output, amplified. You are a force multiplier. Your real job is to create an environment where everyone else can be their most productive. Your new to-do list sounds different. It's, did I give Sanjana the clarity she needs? Did I protect the team from that pointless fire drill? Did I make sure Mark is unblocked on his project? Your output is a motivated team. Your output is a clear strategy. Your output is a culture where people feel safe and empowered to do their best work. It's a huge, uncomfortable mindset shift, but it's the only way you will succeed. Rule number 4, you must become the megaphone. Maybe the most naive thing I believed as a new manager was that if my team did great work, the work would speak for itself. I figured it out. If we just put our heads down and delivered amazing results, the higher ups would, of course, notice and shower us with praise and resources. I learned pretty quick that that's not how it works. In one of my first big projects, my team worked miracles. They hit an insane deadline with incredible results. I was bursting with pride, and then crickets. Nothing. A few months later, a different team, one that was much better at hiring, got a huge budget increase for a minor win, while my team's project was old news. I had failed them. I realized great work isn't enough. You have to be the champion for your team. Bragging about your team isn't arrogance, it's a core part of your job. You have to translate their day to day wins into the language of business impact that executives understand. You have to fight for them, protect them from politics, and make damn sure their value is visible to the people signing the checks. No one else is going to do it for you. Your job isn't just managing down, it's managing up and sideways. Getting that promotion feels like crossing the finish line, but it's not. It's just the starting gun for a completely different race, one with a rule book you have never seen. The old rules that made you a star player, being the expert, being one of the gang, measuring your own output, and letting the work speak for itself, don't just stop working. They start working against you. The new game requires a new identity. It's about being a coach, not a hero. It's about professional leadership, not personal friendship. It's about measuring your team's success, not your own tasks. And it's about being the loudest advocate for the great work they do. This transition is tough, and it's why so many new managers feel like they are drowning. But learning these new rules is what separates the managers who get fired from the leaders who build something that lasts. If this helped, hit that subscribe button and then go check out my next video to keep building out your new playbook. Thank you.